So I made an extra $45,000 in my juice bar business, all by unlocking this one simple content framework that I'm going to share with you in this video so you can do the same thing in your business. And I'm telling you, once I unlocked this, I was able to get more repeat customers, sell higher ticket items, and then also develop a better relationship with my customers to a point where I was able to still sell things even after I closed down my juice bar business. Let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, I'm Quintel Harcum. I founded Good Parting Company, a plant-based health cafe and juice bar located in Baltimore City, where we went on to become the first wellness operator and cafe at Johns Hopkins University, the very first one ever on their campus. Off the success of Good Parting Company, I launched Green Book Digital, where I put all my marketing insights together to help other small businesses attract and convert more clients, more leads, more customers into their business using email and content marketing. Now let's talk about email, because email is the actual tool that I use to apply this framework to earn that extra $45,000 in my business. People sleep on this, but email marketing was the first form of digital marketing for real. Like Google ads, Facebook Meta ads, Instagram ads, TikTok shops, all those things are popular and in vogue. They're impactful, but they are not better than email marketing. Email marketing still gets you the highest return on investment to the tune of 36 to 42%. Like you can Google and look it up. Email marketing is hitting because the cost to deliver your emails to all of your clients over the course of a month or a year is very minimal to how much it costs for them to purchase your products, purchase your offers, purchase your services, right? And contribute and invest in your business. So email marketing is a gem and people are sleeping on it. Now, you may be watching this video and you really do understand how powerful email marketing can be in your business. It allows you to automate some sales, upsell some customers into clients, or just build that leadership, that authority that you know you have within your niche, but you don't understand or know where to start. You don't know how to set up those email service providers, or maybe you just don't feel comfortable writing emails and writing email sequences and building landing pages. I didn't either until I took the time to learn, and that's how I built my first email growth engine. Now, I can help you build your own email growth engine, and every week I'm available for a few free strategy calls. You can book your own strategy session with me right now at the link in the description. Now back to the video. So see, what I really think about email is that it's like a high level relationship. It's one-to-one at scale. Like technically it's one-to-many, right? You write an email or your staff writes an email and it goes out to everybody that's on your email list. But when you really apply it properly, you're thinking it's the one person who's writing the email to the one person who's reading it, because it only pops up in one person's inbox. That one person is going to read it. They may share it, but one person reading it, consuming it in the inbox, right? So it's one-to-one at scale, right? Technically one-to-many, but one-to-one at scale. So when you really think about it, email is like a luxury digital service or luxury digital experience. That's how I like to think of it. I think of it as a luxury digital experience. Think about it, right? If you define luxury as premium quality, elegant design, exclusive access, and the value compounds over time, all of those things actually apply to email, right? It can be premium quality now because you have a very well-written, well-targeted email. It can be elegantly designed, whether it's just minimal through a newsletter. You can have other designs around it, promotions, add, all those things can go into your email. It definitely compounds over time because you build a relationship, because it's one-to-one at scale. And then it's exclusive in the sense that, again, it's like one-to-one. It's popping up in that single person's inbox or in your inbox. So it's exclusive enough to know that you have access to whatever this offer is, to whatever this message is, to whatever this communication is. So think of email as a luxury digital experience. And see, most people use email wrong because they see it as a place to just do sales or force sales. When email marketing is actually permission marketing. Somebody gave you permission to communicate with them. You should cherish that. You should really appreciate it, right? You don't want to get the email and then just start forcing sales. That doesn't work. It backfires. It leads to people either going to spam, or it leads to people unsubscribing from your email list. And that's not going to get you more money. Email is actually a place where you can develop or enrich or enhance relationships and then encourage an action. That's how you need to think about it. That action may lead to a purchase. It could lead to a sale, but you're really just encouraging an action. That action could just be something that person does in their day-to-day, right? It could be a mindset shift. Any of those things are applicable, but it encourages the action and then enhances a relationship. And the more you think about it that way, the more value you add to your email or to your customer base, and the more it's going to kick back to you in your business. That's definitely what I discovered. So before we get into the framework, I'm gonna tell you how I actually know, or how I found out that email was so powerful. And that's because my very first business was with my friends. We did a nightlife business, right? We was promoting parties, and this was in the early 2000s. So we was early on email, pre MySpace, right? We was actually using MySpace to promote parties and stuff. So it's pre MySpace. We was using email, still between like the analog age and like analog promotion and digital promotion. So we was like literally outside passing out flyers. But we also had analog physical lists where we had to write down people's email. Like people come in, get the email, because we knew how close and how personal it was, and it also helped spread. People still had Hotmail and stuff like that back then. Hotmail was basically viral on the internet, and then people got like sidekicks, so that was viral. So like our emails were going directly to people. We was like, oh, people can get on their phone, that type of thing, right? So, but it was like physical. We had to just really write down these emails. And guess what I did back then? I actually wrote newsletter recaps on all of our parties. And these recaps are old. Like I can't even find them. They on like old hard drives, old computers or whatever. But if I find one, I'll post it here. I used to write these newsletters, and it was to increase the FOMO. If people miss out on this party, they definitely won't want to be at the next party. So that's when I realized. And then people used to ask like, "Yo, when the next party?" Or I'm mad I missed that last party, because they got the email that followed. Our party used to be on Sunday, so they got that email that followed on Monday or Tuesday, and they walk straight in the door of the next party, be like, "Yo, man, I missed the last one. I seen y'all was talking about whatever that was on sale, or whatever song was hitting, like some new song dropped that week, stuff like that." So that's when I realized it. And so I always used it as leverage for all of the businesses I had. And then when I got to Good Part and Company, that's what we was on. So I'm going to tell you about the framework I used for Good Part and Company, because I realized it took you had to build up some momentum. Like, yeah, you get people to walk in the door, but when it comes to that online communication, you got to build up some momentum. You got to build up some trust, and that's going to build your bank account. Now, this framework, I call it the ACL framework. It's good to think in terms of frameworks because it eliminates the amount of like decisions and thoughts you have to go through to get a result, right? You just go to the framework, you think about it, and it's going to control what you got going on. So the ACL framework, off top, attraction. That's what it's all about, right? You want to promote to the right people. You want to promote so that you attract the right people, right? And you attract people through valuable content, but they're not going to know what your content is about outside. Like the downside with emails is that it's not pushed to people until it's permission marketing. So it's not pushed to people like an algorithm, like how it is on YouTube or Instagram and definitely on TikTok, right? So you still want to make attractive content. But when it comes to the email, if you want to get somebody's email, you got to give them something. And that something is lead magnets. So a lot of people use, like in brick and mortar business, like me selling juice cleansers and selling juices and smoothies, a lot of retail, especially storefront retail, they'll offer a discount. Retail in general, they'll just offer a discount, right? But when it comes to services, you can offer just more information around your service as well as a discount. But that discount, that qualifies as a lead magnet. Me, I'm thinking more in terms of giving real value. So to attract more of the right clients, more of the right customers, you want to give them a lead magnet. In my case, I gave them a free book on how to do plant-based grocery shopping. I did a free ebook on how to juice at home. That one didn't hit as much because I thought it was all about me, and like I wasn't thinking about me, but I was thinking, oh, this whole making juice thing is a big deal. People will appreciate it. They really like it, but they appreciate the fact that I make it for them because there's so much labor in juice, right? So I made an ebook on how to make juice at home. Ain't nobody really I'm not even trying to make juice at home. I'm not trying to make juice now. That's why I don't have the business, right? That's why I got out of that business. But I thought people might want that as a lead magnet. They didn't. So you got to go back to the drawing board. It taught me a lesson. You want to know how to attract people. But then we made smoothies. Now, smoothies are far more accessible, right? So people loved our smoothies at the cafe. It was the second best-selling item after acai bowls. So people was interested in a lot of the ingredients. So I made ebook on how to make smoothies for energy, recovery, and performance, right? So here's that ebook here. So I put together that ebook, designed it, built it, wrote a copy, put in some of the actual recipes from the juice bar and some of my own recipes, and then gave like a template, a format. How can you just make your own, right? You pick your own ingredients, but how do you set up to get that good consistency, to get the right nutritional profile? I gave all that away in a lead magnet. So that was attractive. So here are some rules I have for attracting the right customers with valuable lead magnets, right? You want to create content that solves a specific problem. So this problem was the students might not have time to come to the cafe or come to the health cafe or the juice bar to get their smoothie. They want to know how to make it, or the customers, right? Students, customers, that's always jamming at Johns Hopkins. You want to package in an easy to use format. So guides, templates, checklists. So I put a checklist inside of a guide that allowed them to make their own smoothies to get the right nutritional profile, all of the different types of ingredients, your greens, your fruits, your protein powders, all that jazz, right? Then you want to make it irresistible by addressing an immediate pain point. The immediacy was that the students in this case, right, and you got to think about what's the pressing thing for your customer. What's the thing that they can tackle now? Like, how can you help them get a quick win? Because the more you help them solve a problem now and get a quick win, the more they like you, the more they trust you, the more they going to come back, the more they looking forward to opening your email. So you want to make sure that you solve an immediate pain point. In my case, the students were in the gym and they needed to like refuel. Right. But then also when the cafe is not open, the gym's still open. So they got to think about how can they refuel the right way? Can they cop something like this similar to another store at another smoothie bar? Or can they make it back home in their dorm or the kitchen or whatever the case may be? Then you want to demonstrate your expertise while providing instant value. So that's just about leadership, right? And that leads into another part of the framework, but you really want to demonstrate your expertise with this lead magnet. You don't have to talk fast if you're doing a video. You don't have to use high diction and long 5-syllable words. You just got to know that you're a pro in your domain of expertise and give that info away. Last thing, promote it across multiple channels so it can get maximum reach. So in my case, I promoted it across email. You want to promote your lead magnets on any other social media platforms because they have that push functionality, that algorithm. So I put them on Instagram. I will put it in the link. I was using Linktree. That's a whole different story. I don't always think you should use like Linktree and any link in bio type of sites. They're cool, but you want people to do one thing. So really make it a pop-up on your website or just make it a landing page. I wasn't so hip on landing pages at the very beginning, but I was down with pop-ups. So I would have a pop-up, like you'll get the free guide, sign up here, whatever. And then I had other lead magnets like inside the cafe. If you scan this barcode, you get this free thing. They get the free thing, I get their email, and now I can hit them back with more info, more promotions, more offers. So that's the first part of the ACL framework, attract with valuable lead magnets. Now the second part is convert through smart automation. That applies specifically to email. You can do some automations now on all the other platforms, but the biggest and highest converting platform is your email platform, right? Your email service provider, whoever that may be. All of them have automations. And yes, they are kind of difficult to understand and how to set up for a lot of people who are not tech savvy. But a lot of business owners, founders, entrepreneurs, they know they need to get it done. So they're either going to learn how to get it done or they're going to hire somebody else to go get it done for them. Now with these smart automations, I'm going against my own rules right now because these automation is already a big enough word, right? But a lot of stuff around it is the same way. So let's go through each step. You want to set up your welcome sequence. People sleep on welcome sequences. I used to sleep on welcome sequences. But what I did realize, I also had SMS text message, right, to promote. And that's another thing that can be automated that serves very similar to email, right? The response time to a text message is the open rate is higher than email. You may not convert as much because it can come across spammy and intrusive in text message, but people are going to see it, right? That's a whole second thing. Shout out to Superphone because Superphone, one, is founded by Ryan Leslie. I really like Ryan Leslie, his music and all that good stuff, but also they was early on it. You know, it's Black founded, but also they showed the kid love through all of the time I had my juice bar to the point where they would use my juice bar as an example in some of their stuff, and they gave me an interview. So shout out to Superphone, SMS platform, great for digital, for SMS communication. Now, let's get back to the welcome sequences. You want to have a welcome sequence. The reason why I realized how important it was because it makes the customer interaction way more personal. Remember, this is a luxury digital experience. People want it to feel personalized. When you walk in luxury stores, it feels a bit personalized. It's a little more chill. It's a little more quiet. It's a little more exactly what you want. So you're able to do that with your welcome email sequences, right? You ever go into a luxury spot, whether it be a store or a lounge, a cigar lounge, or whatever, some other kind of luxury, so spas for sure, and they offer you some champagne or like something to drink. And they already know what you want. Oh, do you want a mint? You want some tea? They know exactly what you want. When you got the right target audience and you know who your target audience is, you can send them the right welcome email sequence and then just follow up with everything that they want. Day one, as soon as they sign up, they get a welcome email. The next day, they get the next thing where you kind of like in their mind already based on what they selected from your email or how they signed up and all those types of things, right? So that leads to the second part, which is create segmented paths based on user behavior. And the user behavior you typically can get through automations within the email, whether they clicked on a certain button, how many times they clicked through your email, all those good things. So that's the user behavior. Then you want to build trust by being consistent and having valuable communication. Even in my case, I wasn't as consistent as I would have liked to be, but because I would still send emails just, yo, this is what we doing this week. I ain't even sell nothing. We was doing free events. Like pull up, we got Fresh Press Fitness. That was a fitness event. And that's like, yo, come through. It's all free. I got free yoga for you, free boot camps. I hit up my homies that do trainings. Shout out to them. My lady, she does yoga, so she's a yoga instructor. So we set up the whip wham. We got it together. Now we out here just hanging out, doing our health and wellness thing. But it was free, and most people knew through email. People that showed up most came through email, but of course I posted it on other platforms. But you want to be consistent. You want to have, that's a valuable communication. Like, hey, are you thinking about just improving your fitness journey? Here goes some helpful ways to do it. You can come kick it with us, or here goes some other personal trainers you can sign up with. Just valuable information. I don't necessarily make money off of it, but I'm supporting the people who support me. Then you want to use data to improve the sequences. So when you start to pick up on the user behavior, you want to see what those things is. Those are data points, and then you can improve your sequences as you get more and more new customers, or you have new offers for your existing customers. The next thing you want to do is you want to manage engagement to feel personal and timely. Like I said, it's a personal thing, right? But it can click at the right time. The timely part is based on user behavior, based on the season, based on trends that's going on, right? So make sure you on top of all that, and you can actually do all those things through automation. You can set up an email to be sent, like right now it's January. You can set up an email to be sent today for Valentine's Day, right? If that's relevant to your business. So automations make things work well. Like I did an email sequence, and I sold 15 times more in sales for juice cleanses than I did in like 1 month or like a whole quarter of selling. And it just worked in the background for me. And it was timely because it was the right time of year, but I ain't had time to send out all these emails. So the automations helped me send out all these emails. And it's great. It's great. And it has really, really helped me understand a lot about user behavior and how to make money through email marketing. And this last part of the ACL framework, lead with value. This is the part that people sleep on, overlook. You don't forget about it, right? Because they're doing it every day. You're doing it every day in your business. You adding value. You're demonstrating your expertise, but you're not leading. And that's what you can do in the email, right? It's a relationship. You have a business. You have some level of proficiency, some type of expertise, and people respect you in that way. That's why they gave you their email. So you want to show up focused on education over promotion. You just want to, especially in service-based businesses, because service-based businesses are basically just a layer on top. All service-based businesses are information businesses. The service you provide is an extension of the information you know. So if you share that information, you will increase your value to your customer base, to your email list, to the people on your newsletter. The 80-20 rule can apply there, right? 80% education, 20% offer. And that shows up in different ways. You can send 8 emails on educating them around something relevant to your business, 20 emails on a special promotion. Or you can have 90% of your actual email just giving information. The last 10%, hey, if you want to learn some more about a thing, here you go. Or if you want to sign up for the next, here you go. If you want a discount on our product, here you go. That type of thing. But the reason why most people sleep on or don't like the idea of email marketing is because they tend to think of just retail businesses hitting them in the head every day with a promo from like Target or from the Gap or from any of those other retailers, from supplement companies. These are the things that's popping up in my email. Even in Google ads, if you click on, say, Nike, for the next week or two, you might get just Nike promotional emails in like the promotional tab. So people always think about email in terms of just promoting some kind of sale, but that's not the lead. That's not the leadership. That's not what you really want to do. You want to offer education. Okay, you want to share insights from your own business. That behind the scenes love. Think like on Instagram stories. I think on Instagram stories. You got Facebook stories and stuff like that too. People love the behind the scenes content. Those are the people that's most engaged with what you got going on. If you got an email list, you can share the exact same things. You can just link to the stories or link to the video somehow. You can do it behind the scenes, upload it to your YouTube. Now you got a YouTube story, like you doubling down on content. You can upload it to YouTube and then take that link, put it in the newsletter like, yo, I just got a new supplier. Or this is my supplier. Like, I had got a lot of respect for my produce suppliers when I had my juice bar. But they was, cause I would ask them like, is it cool if I record? One, to get them more love because they was like they're located on a back street, but it's been around for over 90 years. I love the fact that these guys been around so long. That's a part of the heritage of Baltimore. But they let me, do walkthroughs. They got the big, like, when I say walk-in freezer, I ain't talking about the joint in the back of the butcher shop, 12 by 14. I'm talking about the size of a living room. I'm talking about 30, 20-foot square feet of refrigeration type thing. So they let me do like a back walkthrough, stuff like that. And you can just talk about your experience in the email. Talk about, and people like visuals, but if you put it in an email, some folks may not be able to watch the video on YouTube or watch the video or whatever like that. But share the insights, share some of the background of your business journey when you get licensed to do a new thing. When you acquire a certain amount of customers, we finally hit 1,000 followers on YouTube. Oh, we just got our 1,000th email subscriber. Here go a gift. Something like that, right? You want to provide actionable tips. That's more education. That's more leadership. Something that your audience can actually use, right? And this is a lot of people who have newsletters, people who have digital businesses. They do this all the time. They provide actionable tips, and you should be doing that, especially if you have a service-based business. When you have a retail business, if the item that you're selling helps people get a result, then you got an opportunity to share actionable tips. If you're just selling a pair of sneakers or you got some hot t-shirt line, you better have a real personal brand if you're going to share anything that's going to help somebody, because to be honest, your t-shirt don't help. That's just my take. I had a clothing line, so I know. It don't mean your t-shirt bad, but it don't help. You want to build relationships before asking for sales. Then this next part, now along with the leadership, the reason why you want to take that stance in the person's email, in their inbox, is because you want to build a relationship before asking for sales. That's why you want to automate those welcome sequences, because as soon as they sign up, you hit them with a welcome email. Thank you for joining the email list. Thank you for joining my newsletter. Thank you for shopping at our store. Show them love. Then you want to have that sequence to follow up day 1, day 2, day 3. And then if you gave away a lead magnet, let's say that lead magnet is an email educational course, something I talked about previously on the channel. Now you following up straight solutions, straight education, straight insight, straight info, all game just to help people get the result that they want. They're going to love you for it. And they might even hit the reply button, let you know that they opened it up. Well, you can see the open rates, right? But let you know, hey, this was helpful, and let you know to keep doing more of that, and let you know in which direction you need to be leading. Okay? Last thing, consistent communication rhythms. Figure out a way to be consistent with your email. Like right now, I'm inconsistent with my newsletter. I'm consistent with sending it, but I don't know the exact day. You're going to have to try some things out, right? So you're going to have to figure out what's the best day to send your email. What day is your audience more active, or what day are you most active? Just what day can you get it done, right? And then if the day you can get it done is not the same day that your audience is most active, just schedule it for that day. That's the power of automation. Like right now with my email newsletter, you can subscribe at the link in the description. I'm dropping some newsletters based off of when I have the best topic, a topic where I can add real value, and then I'm going to write that newsletter and send it out. I've been 2 weeks in a row right now, and hopefully I'm going to be 3 weeks in a row. And I'm only saying hopefully because if I don't have a really good topic to write about, I'm not going to mess up that relationship by sending mid content. Like, I'm not going to have like fake mediocre, forcing myself to try to send a tip that's not really helpful or something like that. So you want to think about how can you do it consistently, right? You want to have a consistent cadence. I actually talk about another framework. I call it the 1-2-3 framework that allowed me to create content at a rhythm that worked best for me. And you can actually access that framework in my content to partnership playbook. It's a link in the description. And that's the whole content playbook that I use, 27 strategies I use that actually got me the Johns Hopkins partnership. Like, this is all the content that I was doing before I actually got the partnership. That's why they hit me on Instagram, because they seen the content. They're like, yo, this kid is cooking. Let's see what he got going on. So, listen. ACL Framework. Attraction, conversion, leadership. That's the way you want to think about building your email list. Attract with lead magnets, convert through automation, and lead with value. And if you're just getting into the email game and you want to figure out how to write better emails or just how to get a good, quick welcome email sequence, you can get that inside my content to partnership playbook that I just mentioned. The link is in the description. I actually have some email templates, some welcome email templates in there for you. You can rock with those to set up, get a better feel for your audience, and you can keep going. There's some other strategies in there for you. It would be, I don't know, it's probably like 5 welcome email templates, 4 or 5. You can just rock with those. That's free from your boy. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video.